holding on in a country losing its grip, slipping towards famine. These are South Sudan's hospital beds for the hungry. 5-year-old Beal is severely malnourished, so thin his bones are almost reaching out through his skin. His 7-year-old sister Nyatut is suffering the same way, along with 3-month-old Jidu. All 3 children have been brought here by their mother. Their story is as simple to tell as it is painful to see. They don't have enough food. Nyakwoni tells me, "We have no meat, no fish, nothing for soup, only grain." She says, "I pray to God to save my children. I ask for help because I didn't do anything wrong to deserve that my children die." It's the result of poor harvests and a civil war. Conflict between government and opposition troops, which began last December, has paralysed farming, trade routes and markets, leaving innocent families facing a hunger crisis. Outside the hospital, evidence of the tension. A man chased and beaten for stealing cattle, a more valuable commodity than ever. And evidence of child soldiers. This boy with a gun on his shoulder seems no more than 15 or 16 years old. The civil war has already claimed 12,000 lives. Hunger could claim many more. With the rainy season ending, the local commissioner fears an increase in violence and paints a terrifying picture of what could lie ahead.
We are going to have a genocide, and we are, plus famines, plus genocide. We will have more death through guns, and we have more death through hunger as well.
And you see it coming.
This is coming. This is really coming.
Genocide and famine, these are the biggest words, but you see them coming.
That's right.
We travelled to this corner of the country on a UN helicopter, taking us over what looks like a green and plentiful land. There is no drought here. If the famine happens, it'll be man-made. Oxfam says South Sudan is now on a countdown to catastrophe.
About 4.7 million people are directly affected by the conflict and by the food security crisis. Potentially up to 7 million people could be affected depending on how vast the conflict will be and depending on how the food security situation will develop. So those are big numbers.
And behind each number, a real human story. People like 5-year-old Beal, struggling to survive in the hungriest country in the world.